Hi guys, today we'll talk about Russian numbers, the ways to pronounce them, to remember them. So let's start. Here you can see numbers from 1 to 10 and 0 as well. Let me read them for you. 0 is ноль in Russian, ноль. 1 is один, 2 is два, 3 is три, 4 is четыре, 5 is пять, 6 is 6, 7 is 7, 8 is 8, 8, 9 is 9, 10 is 10. So the only way to remember them is just to learn them by heart. Let's talk a bit about pronunciation. Ноль we pronounce like we read it. Один, stress is here. Один, and this letter we say not один, we say like almost один, один. Next, два is easy, three easy as well. It's almost like three in English, but three in Russian. Number четыре, stress is here, and about these two letters. When we pronounce it, we say E here, almost E, something between yeah and E actually, but it sounds more like E. So not четыре, but четыре, четыре, almost like E here. Пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, десять. So just remember these 10 numbers, and after that it will be easier for you to understand other numbers. Let's have a look. Here are numbers from 11 to 19, and the first time you can think that they are very difficult, very long words, but we can find a pattern here that will help you to remember them, and actually it's easy. Let's have a look. 11, 11. Do you remember how will be number 1 in Russian? Right, it's один. And what can we see here in number 11? 11. We can see that first part is number 1. Number 1, один. First part of 11 is один. 11. What's next? На. This means in Russian like on. На is on. Двадцать, the last part, is old style Russian way to say 10, to say 10. Yeah, remember that 10 is 10 in Russian, but here we have двадцать is an old style or way to say this. And so to remember this construction, this logic, you just should remember that 11 is 1 on 10, and 12 is 2 on 10, 3 on 10 is 13. So we just have first part, that means the number один, and then we add the last part на двадцать, and we have 11. Let's have a look at other numbers. Let me remind you the numbers from 1 to 9. And what can we see here? We just talked about number 11, 11. So let's have a look on 12, for example. 12. Here we see a bit different first part, not 12, but this letter changed to yeah, so we have 12. But still it's easier to remember the words when we understand the pattern, the logic. 13, 13. So first part is the same, like we have number 3, 3, И the last part 13. When we talk about next letters, it's easy just to remember that from numbers 4 to 9, we delete the last letter and add 19 to it. So we have 4 is 4, and to say 14, we say 4 without ye. 4 and add 19. Same with 15, 15, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Well, next, let's talk about pronunciation. Stress here different from word to word. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you can remember that from 15 to 19, stress to this part, to na. And for this, from 11 to 14, you just memorize the stress and that's it. And what about pronunciation? Let's have a look here. 11. You can see two sounds n here, and it's enough to pronounce just one. 11. You cannot hear two and hear 11. It's kind of difficult for me to pronounce. For the last part that is similar for each word here, we should remember that we don't pronounce this letter. We do not. We write it, but we do not pronounce. So what do we have? 11. 11. You actually cannot hear d here. 12. 12. You do not hear this. And it's easier, and native speakers say like this. That's the correct way to pronounce it. What about 14? You remember that here, number 4, 4, we pronounce it like E, yeah? 14, 14, without this sound as well. So 14, 15, about this, 16. When we say 16, we have these three letters together. And usually when we see these three letters, we do not pronounce this sound because it's really difficult to pronounce this sound with these letters, yeah. So we say not 16, but we say 16, 16, 16. And 17 is easy. 18, same here, no d sound. И 19, 19. Alright. Let's talk about numbers from 10 to 100. Let me remind you numbers for you. So 10, you just need to remember this. 100, you need to remember this. And also you need to remember number 40, because it has no pattern, just to remember, but other numbers have some pattern. Let's have a look. For example, 20 и 30. Here we see number 2 is 2, right? And number 3 is 3. Okay, first part is easy. So we have 20 и 30, 2 and 3. The second part is like we discussed it in previous slide. The Zeit is an old style way to say 10, but the difference between 20 and 12 is that in 20 we don't have this na. 12, we don't have this part, and here 13, we don't have it. If we will say 13, it will be 13. But if we want to say 30, it's actually easy to remember because 20 is 2 tens, like 2 and 10. That's it. 30, 3 and 10. So 30, we have 30. Let's talk about these numbers because their construction is similar. First part is number, exactly the same way that we remember it here. 5, and here is 5. 6, 6 is 6, and here is 6. We don't change anything. So first part is a number, and the second part is 10. Here and here, 10. And we remember that number 10 is 10. 10. So here we have a number and number 10. It's even easier to remember. We just delete this letter, and what do we have? 50, 60, 70, 80. About 90, we should remember number 100 first. We should remember it. So 100 is 100. So 90, first part is 9, which is short part of from number 9. No 100, here we have 100. And no in Russian is bat. So to remember it easier, number 90, you just should remember that 90 is 9 but not 100. That's it. So 90. 90. Let's talk a bit about stress and pronunciation. 10, we already know this number. 20, 30. Here we don't pronounce this d sound as well. So it will sound like 20, 30. 40, stress is here. 50, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. One more time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Alright, but how to say numbers? For example, like 31. What should we know for this? First, just think a bit about number 31. How do you pronounce it? How do you say it in English? You say 30 and then you say 1. So the exact same way in Russian. You should first say 30, then you should say 1. 30 in Russian is 30, and 1 in Russian is 1. So 31 is 31. One more example. 58. So 50 in Russian is 50, and 8 is 8, right? So 58 is 58. Let's talk a bit about hundreds. You already know number 100, 100. So what about next numbers? Here you can see pattern as well. So first part is the number 2, 3, 4, yeah, from here, with sometimes with changes like here. I don't know why, but just remember that here 2 becomes 2. 200, and the last part is kind of reminds us number 100, number 100. So let me read it for you. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Let's talk about stress. Here 200, next 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. And about this number 500 и 900. You can see this part here. And when we pronounce it, actually we don't say 500, 900. We say 500, 500. So these three letters we can just delete and say ц here. 500, 500. And here, so you should know this letter in Russian, ц. 900, 900. About number 600, we also have this part here, but we do not pronounce it at all. So we even don't say ц instead of this. We say nothing. So you can say 600, 600, and it will sound really good in Russian, really natural. And how to say, for example, 297, the same way that you say it in English, but just in Russian. 200 is 200 is 200, 90 90, and 7 is 7. So 297. Well, I hope the lesson was helpful for you to understand, to remember Russian numbers, and we learned how to count from 1 to 100 at least, I hope, and even to 1000, right? If you have any questions, please write down here in comments and let me know about topics that you would like me to record a video for you next time. It would be really helpful for me. So enjoy studying Russian, and пока-пока.